Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, and I'm here to collect a read for you. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. I'm having an okay day. I didn't plan too much today because we were supposed to have thunder showers. That's what the meteorologist called for on my phone. They always get it wrong though. We got a little bit of rain, but that was about it. But anyways, I had a good afternoon. Productive morning, but here we are. About ready to do another read. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. I thank you so very much for all your love and your support. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. I love you. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the white light. What's the message for the collective, please? What would you like to discuss with the collective? What is the message? Obscurity, secrets, mysteries, and concealing, overarching energy. Oh boy. Seems like a lot of people keep secrets nowadays, right? Underlying energy, we have heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up. So somebody's not being straight with you, bottom line. Something to do with a twin flame. Maybe it's just how they feel. I don't know. Mirroring, shared feelings, and reflection. Now, if you're dealing with a twin flame, yeah, you could know them. They could be already in your energy, in your life. Or it could be somebody you haven't met yet, but you're both mirroring one another. Whatever you're going through, you're both experiencing the same in one way or another. Okay, something's over. Finality, farewells, leave behind, enclosure. There's been a lot of pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. So maybe you're both very apprehensive in meeting new people and in getting to new relationships. But keep your heart open, please. Okay, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. Nobody likes to be vulnerable, but in certain places in our lives, it's good to be vulnerable. If you close yourself off too much, you're not open to receive. You're not open to get to know other people. Some people don't want to, and that's fine. I'm not here to debate that, but it's a lonely life. We're social creatures, and we do deserve friends. If you're looking for love, good love, you're not going to find a good relationship closed off, right? I'm just saying. So maybe you're experiencing a lot of peace right now. You're healing. It looks differently from the beginning of the time when you just break up with a bad relationship. The beginning of that healing. You're going to look at things. Your outlook's going to look a lot differently than at the end of that healing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you might go up and down with how you feel about relationships throughout that healing. That's fine. That's normal. So balance, harmony, and friendship. Maybe you're just going to be friends. I don't know. So there's distance between you, whether it's physical or emotional, separation, space, and blockage. Soulmates, deep love, unity, and connection. There's a lot of depth there. You're going to have to dig deep. Awareness, importance, and value. You're maybe becoming aware of how important this relationship is to you or will be, or you're not dealing with surface level relations, whether it's friends, love, business, or family. You're realizing the importance of a true partnership and a commitment here. Marriage promises fidelity. So maybe you're just coming to terms with certain things and what you want, what you don't want. That's fine. That's normal. But it kind of looks like you're both mirroring one another. I don't know if you know one another yet or not. Only take what applies and only take what you already know, okay? Not every read's going to be for you, and that's fine. You can switch the genders and the roles too as you need to. Just use your higher wisdom discernment. Where are we going with obscurity? Maybe you just felt like your life is not going anywhere, no relationships. Maybe you've just looked all your life. I can relate. You think it's the one, it's not the one. And you're really soured on relationships, blah, blah, blah. But keep that little glimmer of hope and faith open, just in case. You might surprise yourself. Obscurity, where are we going with this? Now, if you don't want a relationship, that's fine. You don't have to put it in the comment section. I understand. New chapter. I'm trying to move on. Congratulations. Something new is coming. You know what I noticed? When you're actually actively looking for love, you'll never find it. But if you just be yourself, living your authentic life, just being grateful and peaceful and balanced and everything's in harmony, you're attracting them, right? Someone's guilty or somebody's feeling guilty. I feel pain from the damage I've caused. Might could be somebody from your past. There's been secrets here. I haven't told you everything. They're realizing, or you're realizing, irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. Someone's daydreaming. There's been a lot of gossip. Somebody was in their ego or still is. There's a conversation here. They want to talk. They want to reunite. So somebody wants to reunite. Somebody from the past. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of comments in the comment section. I don't want him back, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. If you don't want them back, then that's not your story. Or maybe you don't want them back. Maybe it is your story. I don't know. We'll see which way it goes. I don't know if you feel the same way, but you're both mirroring one another. So, obviously, it's not for everybody. Obscurity, new chapter. Someone was very two-faced. Someone is friendly yet deceitful. We'll see which way this goes. Protective shell. Someone is keeping their true emotions hidden for self-protection. Maybe somebody feels you're two-faced because you're not opening up. That's not two-faced. That's just being cautious. Because you're not the way you used to be. Open and trusting. Well, this person obviously hurt your feelings. This person, not just your feelings, but maybe did things, you know, cheated on you, used you, made you feel like you weren't important. Of course you're going to be cautious, right? Keeping up appearances. Keeping up appearances and acting like everything's fine when it's not, right? So somebody's been double-crossed or they feel double-crossed. You may face betrayal or being double-crossed. You're spreading positivity or somebody else's. Keep radiating positive energy and influence. Joint evolution. Okay, so this could be another relationship that, or you're both getting out of a relationship where you were deeply hurt. You're both in your protective shell. You were dealing with two-faced people. You can't just trust anybody. I get it now. Keeping up appearances, even though you were double-crossed or somebody else is trying to keep up appearances. Spreading positivity. You both could be doing that or one or the other. But it's a joint evolution. Okay, you and others are growing together, supporting each other. So you might find this person, this twin flame, in a support group. I don't know, in the self-help section of a library or a bookstore or anywhere online talking about, you know, similar situations. There's hidden truths here. Facts haven't been fully revealed. So somebody in your past is feeling guilty. Maybe they sense that you're going on, you're moving on, or you found somebody. They feel guilty, but they're still two-faced. I'm getting different energies here. Protect your heart, but don't close it off, please. Guard your emotions to avoid hurt. Cold shoulder, past life echoes. Okay, so you're dealing with a twin flame, but you're also dealing with a past life soulmate, a karmic, that you need. Either you're still dealing with them or you finished dealing with them and you're healing from that. Clearing the air. So your past lover wants to clear the air with you, but you're going to get partial truths, okay? Just know that. They must sense that you're going towards a twin flame, or you have gone towards a twin flame. They want to make you feel guilty for maybe not talking to them, giving them the cold shoulder. I don't know. But they hurt you, so I don't blame you. You don't have to scream and fight and claw their face off, but, you know, you don't have to sit there and take their shit either, right? Let's see. Where are we going with this? The last thing it kind of feels like the last thing they want is for you to move on. Maybe it was one of those struggle love situations where, you know, you're back and forth, right? You always took them back, but this time around it's different. Obscurity, new chapter, two-faced. Yeah, signs. The signs are everywhere. Meanings, repeated numbers, synchronicities. 11 in tarot is justice, so this is a form of justice. You moving on, never going back. Heartstrings. Stringing along, get pregnant, entrapment, playing with feelings. So take whatever applies in this. Somebody was definitely stringing you along. You could have got strong. If you're a female, you got strung along. If you're a male, somebody got entrapped you with a pregnancy, playing with your feelings. Or maybe you're female and somebody got you pregnant to trap you. Who, you know, it could go either way. Fired up. Fuming with rage, overwhelming explosion of emotion, very angry. So somebody's really hot-headed. They got a lot of secrets here. Locked. Missing pieces, detached, locked away heart, can't move forward. They don't want you moving forward. Somebody's very lustful. Forbidden fruit, non-committal, sexual energy, and it's a tragedy. They're dating elsewhere, okay? Dating sites, hooking up, seeing someone, one-night stands. So this could be a trigger for you, okay? Flashbacks, trauma bond, inner child wounds, attracting toxic. or this is them, your past person. They're easily triggered. They have a lot of emotional wounds they need to deal with, and inner childhood wounds that they have to address. Maybe addictions, could be a sexual addiction, but that's not your problem. Why should you suffer? Reflection. Dark night of the soul, dark shadow, facing inner truths, seeing true colors. Yeah, this person's full of drama, okay? Creating problems, thirsty for attention, overreaction, the drama queen or king. They might be doing witchcraft. They might show up on you, surprise. They might be doing love and lust spells and come to be spells. Definitely don't want you moving on. They want this struggle to keep going back and forth. That's their love language. They think jealousy is love. It's not. It's manipulation and codependency. You know, fighting over wanting to compete with a rival. It's not love. It's not, okay? It's just a form of control that they have over you to make you jump monkey, dance monkey, dance. So if you're with a partner and they love to make you jealous, and they do things on purpose to make you jealous. I'm not saying about, okay, some people take it to the nth degree, where, you know, a coworker calls because they need the code to the safe or something like that, and then all of a sudden your partner goes crazy. You know, that was a legit call. That was business. I'm saying if your partner goes out of their way to hang out with the opposite sex, with exes, they're texting and meeting up with people they shouldn't be with. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're acting like they're single when they're not around you. There's something wrong with them, not with you, okay? They want to rise out of you. It's always given, you know, like back and forth, breaking up. You break up for the weekend. They go out and have a good time, party it up, come back, you know, with marks all over themselves, you know, hickeys, scratch marks, whatever. And then you're back together Monday morning because, you know, they for whatever reason, they can't just let you go, right? It's a form of control and manipulation. Obscurity, new chapter, two-faced, and signs. What's the message, please? And they involve everybody and their dog in your relationship. You get into an argument, they pick up the phone and they have to call everybody to get their opinion. It's your relationship. You know, they have to get everybody involved. Thank you. So Three of Pentacles, ending it. This is ending a third-party situation. Somebody's lazy. They don't want to put the work in and very disrespectful. Not getting along. Three of Pentacles in reverse. They're not helpful. They don't cooperate. It's not a give and take. Yeah, it's unrequited love. Six of Cups in reverse. There will be no reconciling if you have broken up already. There's a lot of trauma and trauma bonding here. Not going back to the past. So you've made up your mind. You're not going back there. Yeah, somebody that thinks they're entitled here. They think their shit doesn't stink. They're very argumentative and combative. It's always back and forth, back and forth. They're just holding you back. That's what you're realizing. They're holding me back in life. So they're very karmic. There's no peace or harmony in this relationship. And it says parting of ways here. Okay? Don't see eye to eye. It's very karmic. It's more down than up in a relationship. It's all one-sided relationship. I've been there. Like, I've been in relationships where it's their way or the highway. It's a bad decision getting with them in the first place. They feel entitled here, okay? Jeez. What's the page? Knight of Wands in reverse and the Lovers in reverse here, please. It's unrequited love. If somebody's really burdened, worried here about being on their own, or they're worried and burdened that you're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. You're okay on your own. You're not looking back. 9-9, by the way. Maybe at one point you were really worried about being on your own and single. When you bossed up and took back your power, or this is the other partner, they're worried now that somebody's single and bossed up. Who knows? Yeah, this is not wish fulfillment. Somebody's smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know-it-all, and show off. They've been partying all the time. 9-9 yet again. 9-9-9. So this is ending of a cycle. You're right at the tail end of this. This is not wish fulfillment. They're preventing you from going towards wish fulfillment. It's a fall from grace. Now they're in the reverse. So while they were with you, they were, I don't know, maybe there's a child or paternity involved. Somebody's not a father. It's all about the ego. It's all about how they look. Somebody's very domineering. Their way, the highway. It's all about how their image to uphold, right? They're in their ego, very prideful and arrogant, smug. Very smug, a show-off, a know-it-all. Yeah, talking shit about you, or maybe they're resorting to magic. I don't know. But some sort of secrets are coming out. Now they want to talk. Now they're choosing to be gabby after they've been talking. Yeah, now they want to talk that you let them go. Now they want to talk now that you've let them go. It's very distorted masculine. They're not sorry. They're feeling rejected and abandoned. If there's a child involved, the child's not theirs, or it's not yours. Somebody's not sorry. They're having an emotional outburst. They're immature and insincere and very childish. That you're still stable and secure on top. The Queen of Pentacles on top of the Nine of Pentacles, okay? They don't want to apologize to you. I think it'll burn their ass to apologize to you. You could be male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. But you're stable and secure. You held them together. They were very stable and secure with you as their partner. Yeah. You're single abundant. Well, not single abundant, but here it's maybe not so single. Maybe you're not single any longer. They don't want you having a new beginning. They want to take you off the market, maybe. Prevent you from going to a higher level soulmate. You're hardworking. You're abundant. You're generous. You're down to earth. You're a healer and a nurturer. They never invested in you. They overestimated themselves. They lost a lot of money. They have to relocate, or they didn't. I don't know. Whatever this is, it's the end of the line. They can't go any further. You're not going to invest in them. They didn't invest in you. You made it on your own or something like that. This is reckless, careless, and foolish. They took unnecessary risks. They don't want you moving on. They don't want you having a new beginning. They think you're gullible and naive. They're hurting for money. They don't want you going towards your twin flame. Four of Wands was beneath that, okay? So they don't want you having a new beginning with the twin flame. They don't want you being stable and secure and happy. Maybe you just got engaged. They don't want you getting married. Maybe they got wind of it. Well, I'm going to ruin that, they said. Yeah, they're trying to block this new beginning. It's been blocked. Or they blocked themselves. Maybe they got an STD. They're obsessed with you. They have codependency issues. Maybe addictions. They're very toxic and karmic. Maybe they did get an STD. They could be on the down low. Okay, there's two lovers cards in this deck. This is two males. The other one's male and female. So somebody else is down low. Maybe they got a third party, or they had a third party hanging around. Give them an STD. You made a decision. You elevated. They're jealous. They're obsessed here. Maybe they already know that you're with somebody, a higher level soulmate. I don't know. There's been no communication. This is bad news for them. They lied, or they're planning on lying. They feel entitled, throwing rocks and hiding hands. They're drama starters, okay? They're grieving and regretting. They're crying over spilt milk. They're trying to block something. They're trying to bind you. Or they're bound to a third party. They're on the down low. It doesn't have to be down low, though. It could be anything, okay? Very toxic and karmic. Third party got involved, got an STD. They lied about it. The truth and clarity is you're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. So maybe they know the person that's coming towards you, or the person that you started seeing. And they tried to say you had an STD and that you slept around or something like that. Or you're down low. You're trying to prevent somebody from coming towards you. But this is illumination. They're being exposed. Maybe they're realizing they could have been really happy with you if they had to stop the fuck shit. Yeah, they stopped their own destiny here. Or they're trying to stop your destiny. They want to reconcile with you. Could be paternity as well, something to do with paternity. Now, this could be you, or this could be your new partner, whether you know them or not yet. You're both mirroring each other, going through hard times, or you have, okay? You're both healing from this. This is healing. You need time to heal between, you know, after breaking up. Yeah. So now you're maybe looking at your future. You're feeling better. You're healing. You want to expand your horizons. Maybe you're planning on traveling or moving. You're not looking back. You're preparing or prepared. It could be somebody at a distance. They were plotting and planning to come and try to stop you here. They want to come back in from out of the cold. I can't get away from this person. You're still moving forward. You're not looking back. And they know this. They know this. Yeah. Gosh. They're out of money. They might be facing bankruptcy. They breadcrumbed you, and they know it. They breadcrumbed you, used you, and abused you, treated you horribly. You're not looking back. You're not going to be breadcrumbed ever again. They were abusive, possibly very jealous. They lie. They're petty, and they're cruel. It's over. You've changed, okay? They see that you've changed. In the past, they could have breadcrumbed you and got away with it. That struggle of going back and forth. They're stalking you, maybe, so be careful. They're out of money. Be out of money, yeah. They're homeless. This is not a higher level soulmate. It's not a twin. Either you or this other person found out that their partner lied to them about being twin flames. Somebody's unstable here. Yeah. Somebody got pregnant. Somebody's non-committal, so they got pregnant to rope them in. Or you are an empress, a divine feminine energy, male or female. You're a creator. You're a philanthropist, a humanitarian. Through your pain, you create new life, whether through children, artwork, whatever it is that you do, artistry. You're very creative. Anything like music or writing or, I don't know, film. Whatever you do, you create something. You could be online doing stuff. So somebody got roped into a marriage and they didn't want to commit. Or they found out that the one that roped them in with the pregnancy is non-committal. They just wanted stability. This person's not very stable. It was all a lie. Wanting to be taken care of, possibly. Oops. Yeah. An opportunist. I can't make that up. They needed stability. They needed money, and this person juggled and cheated. Playing games here. There's a lot of secrets, lies, and illumination. A lot of manipulation, I meant to say. Damn. And now they're being outed, exposed, publicly humiliated. I'm sorry you're going through that. All these lies. Damn, no truth or clarity. Lots of lies. So you had to let them go, or you're letting them go. You see clearly what's going on. This person has no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. It's out of control. You got to let them go. Or you did. And obviously, you and your twin go through similar things. Because when you do get together, you're going to be able to recognize it. Oh, yeah, we went through the same. I mean, not exactly down to the, you know. But, yeah, the same kind of deception and pain and hurdles you had to jump over and the lessons you learn, right? Yeah, somebody's very abusive. You know that if you haven't left already, you know the minute you leave, they're going to get aggressive. You got to let this person go. Ending a third-party situation, a collaboration. Yep. They're unfaithful. They can't come correct. You can't trust them. You can't rely on them. They're irresponsible and immature and lazy. Yeah. You have nothing to offer, nothing of value to offer. Somebody's very karmic, very duplicitous, very deceptive and manipulative. They emotionally manipulate. They blackmail emotionally. They use emotions to get their way, whether they experienced them or not, that's debatable, okay? This is somebody that is very karmic, and they don't care who they hurt. They're selfish, superficial, and shallow. So you made your decision. You're making a decision, or you've made one. Yeah. There's fast communication, fast action, and travel. Yeah, you're doing it quickly. You got to sever this quickly. You're looking forward to change. You don't want to stagnate here, or you didn't want to stagnate here. You could be looking online, maybe how to move quickly, communication online quickly. Yeah, it's over. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. Lessons have been learned. Congratulations. You're moving on, and quickly. Spirit's plucking you out of rough waters and bringing you to calm waters to heal. You're going to a happier place. You might be in between, the in-between stage, in transition between the past and going into the future. So if you felt like you're not going anywhere, I'm stagnating, blah, blah, blah. Are things ever going to get better? They are. You just don't see what's happening in the background. You needed time to heal and ascend and get yourself situated after getting your heart torn out, How's this ending, please, Spirit? Lessons have been learned, so you're able to move on now. Yeah. Going into recovery, you had to recover. Maybe something happened physically as well. But this is ending a cycle, yeah. You're leaving it all behind. If you go back, they're going to hurt you physically. If you get real, real nasty. You're no longer emotionally enmeshed in this. This is the 8 of Cups. You're looking for your 9th and 10th cup, which is your emotional fulfillment and happiness. You don't know where you're going, or you didn't know where you were going, what was going to happen, but you knew there was nothing back there for you. You invested 8 out of 10 cups just to find out there's nothing there. There's no emotional fulfillment or happiness. It's just friggin' backwashing those cups, right? You invested way more than this other person invested, so there's an imbalance here. And when there's an imbalance in the universe will balance it out one way or the other. You have nothing to say, or there's nothing you can do about it. If something's unbalanced and not fair, eventually it's going to be balanced. You put a lot of work in. Maybe you're going elsewhere to work on yourself. 8-8, that's a number of abundance and karma. It's good luck. You put a lot of work and effort into yourself, mastered your emotions, and let this go. 9 of Wands in reverse. Gave up, healed your heart. This is a blessing in disguise. Okay? You avoided something. Maybe this person wound up with somebody else and they got physical and you left just in time. Okay? Maybe they're threatening to do themselves. And if you leave, I'm going to hurt myself. You know what? I hate to say this. Somebody said this to me years ago. It's emotional blackmail. If you don't do this, if you don't let me have my way, in essence, I'm going to hurt myself. And I thought about it. I got so angry. I was somebody I love very deeply. And I got so angry because I always was afraid that they were going to hurt themselves. Afraid to open that door to see what was on the other side. And I got angry and I thought, you know what? If they truly wanted to hurt themselves, they're going to do it whether I'm there or not. I wouldn't be able to stop them. So I can't allow them to hold me hostage, and I can't allow them to use this to get their way all the time. That is simply not fair. And I told them that. I said, if you're going to do it, you might as well go and do it. I cannot stop you. But I'm not going to be held hostage. I'm not going to live like this. And that's what I'm picking up here. Well, if you're going to do something, go and do it. There's nothing I can do about it. That's sad for you. I can help you. I can pick up 911 and call an ambulance for you. Or you can just, smarten up and stop being a spoiled brat, right? Because a lot of people do that just to threaten, right? To get their own way. To manipulate. To control. Now, I'm not saying everybody that threatens it don't mean it. So you have to use your discernment. Just to make yourself feel better, you might want to pick up a phone and say, listen, they threatened to take themselves out. Call an ambulance. Call the police. Okay? Get that off your conscience. Save a life if it's really merited. You speak your truth, set some boundaries, and cut them out. Don't mince your words. Okay? You're not happy where you are. It's not going to make... you're speaking your truth, it's not making them happy. You know your value and your worth. That's why. They're not happy. Yeah. They wanted you to wait around, stay around for them. They wanted to trap you. You knew it was a trap. They know they can't overcome something. Well, that's just too bad. Yeah, you saw through the illusions. You're seeing it for what it is. You're going to leave them with no options. That's what it is. They're a gold digger and a cloud chaser. It's changed, though. This isn't love, and you know it. They're jealous. They're a little bit hoey. A little bit, I'd say a lot. They're very abusive and a bully. This is your justice. Maybe you're going to have to call the police on them. Get rid of them. They're just draining you. This isn't love. They're very promiscuous. Maybe they're doing magic. Who knows? But they're hateful. They're spiteful. Every time you turn around, they're probably making faces or rolling their eyes at you or, I don't know, putting stuff in your food when you're not looking. I wouldn't trust this person. This is a tower moment. You're going to have to call the cops on them to get them out of your home or to get your stuff out of the home or whatever this is. It's not going to be a repeat. They're jealous. They're vindictive. It's over. And even if you don't call the cops on this person and you just leave, it's your justice because their world is going to fall apart. You might have to get them arrested. Now that I see it, you're letting them go. It's over. This person doesn't want to change. They're resisting change. This is a permanent, profound ending for this person. It is what it is. They don't want to change. Nothing's changing. They could have made lots of promises to you, and nothing's changed. It's the same. So this could be for you. This could be for your future partner that's coming towards you, or the one that you just met recently. Obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing, heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Guilty. They want you to feel guilty. How dare you move on? Oh, well. I feel pain from the damage I've caused. They should feel pain. You have a new chapter here, okay? You're in your protective shell, and I don't blame you. But there is somebody here that is meant for you, and that's only for those who want a new partnership, okay? So whomever's out there going, I don't need anybody, that's fine, okay? They want to... You have a protective shell, and yes, you should, because, you were dealing with people that were two-faced in the past. I don't know. I think they might want to try to work you some more, and they're still two-faced. They haven't changed, okay? They want to work your heartstrings, okay? String you along, or they did, and they still want to. Just getting pregnant, entrapment, playing with feelings. You're seeing the signs all over the place, okay? Spirits trying to get a hold of you, trying to communicate with you, meanings, repeated numbers, and synchronicities. Time is up for this this person or these people, pardon me, that you're dealing with. Yeah, you're both mirroring one another, so you're going to have some stories to talk about when you do get together and open up. It's like, yeah, you too, yeah, me too, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? And you know how they say there's trauma bonding, but it's not trauma bonding. You both of you are healing. So I don't know if it's considered trauma bonding yet again, but you both understand where you've been. And you're both going to help one another heal. And it's going to be totally different than what you're used to. You're dealing with somebody that's the indirect. Indirect communication leads to mind reading. The late realization. So they're realizing a little bit too late what they had. As soon as he thinks you might have moved on and are no longer a possibility, he wants you again. See what I mean? So you're going into a new relationship, or you're about to, and they sense it somehow. The fisherman. Fishing describes the act of reaching out to multiple people on dating apps that you think they could have a chance with and waiting to see. They have a lot of people they're waiting to see. Who bites first? Okay. And yeah, but that they want to come back towards you and make it happen again? Yeah. The heartbroken. They're going to act like the heartbroken. This archetype is constantly finding the one and ending up in heartbreaking connections. So they're always the victim, but they're the ones cheating, right? That's what I'm picking up. The star, your ideal type. So you're coming up against, you're meeting the star. You're both stars. You know what I'm saying? You could be out there in the public eye somehow, some way, okay? The clingy, you don't have to be. This is wish fulfillment, though. You're both in your north node. It's brilliant, okay? This person, these people that you've been dealing with, they're not. They're in their south node. The clingy. I'm unable to see my worth, and I need you to make me feel better about myself and my world. So that's your purpose in this person's world, is to uplift them, make them feel better. They don't care about you. Okay? So, well, how they feel, how you make them feel, what you do for them. The mixed signal. And you don't want to lose them as a friend, so you have no clue what to do. So they want to be friends. At least let's be friends. Let me back in just a little bit, so they can fuck up your world. Get in there and fuck it up some more. No. I'm sorry. I just told you what to do, but for me, no. It's a hard ass no. Stay away. Stay away. Not welcome. Angels, how's this going to end for the collective, please? Congratulations for those who are looking for a new love or a new friendship, okay? So, Poyal, you might be out there in the public eye. So this is Two of Pentacles, balancing your world out. This is in alignment. You are in alignment. Poyal 56 is 11, and that's what in tarot? That is justice. God who supports the universe. This is like the horn of plenty, okay? Cornucopia. You could have a platform or you're out there somewhere. Fortune and fame fulfills any request. So this is where you're going. Or this is where you are. Place it where it belongs. Seven of Swords. Yeah, somebody lied, cheated, or stole. But they got caught. They're not getting away with it. So this is 66. So that might have something to do with 5666. Manikel. God nurturing and maintaining everything. Knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger and cures epilepsy. Place that where it belongs if it does belong in your situation. It doesn't have to. Nine of Swords. They're really worried because they know they're a lying sack of shit, right? They know they put you under a lot of stress and sleepless nights. Hariel, 15. They're very karmic and toxic. They're obsessed with you. They're codependent. The comforting God, purification, protection from the impious religious sentiments. Maybe they don't believe. Maybe they believe in another belief system, or maybe they make fun of you for, praying or talking about God. I've come across people like that. I think that's so fucking ignorant. If they don't believe, they don't believe, but don't sit there and fucking make fun of it. It is what it is. Obviously, your value systems are not the same. Nine of Cups. Yeah, they're really worried. 9-9 yet again. Because you're a wish fulfillment, or they're worried about you coming into your wish fulfillment. Habuhia. And that is 68. So that is 14. Healing. Happy. Peace. They want to reconcile with you, but they're not healed. They don't want to heal. God, the kindest giver, or maybe they think you're going to heal them. You're not their healer. They have to do the work. What I meant with your twin flame, when and if you do come into contact with them, you're both going to help one another heal. It's not that you're going to do the healing for them. You're going to give them the freedom and the space. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to support that, and they're going to support that in you. So God, the kindest giver, healing, preserves health and cures diseases. So you're healing, and like I said, in this new relationship, it's going to be a healing relationship, a freeing relationship, which is going to do your body good, your mind good, your soul good, right? So the Empress, oh boy. The divine feminine energy, male or female? Congratulations, Michael, 48, that is 12. Let it go. They wanted you stuck. Somebody wanted to be pregnant, get pregnant, their wish fulfillment was to get pregnant, keep you stuck. Maybe this person's, I don't know if they got pregnant already, or you got somebody pregnant, or they were planning on it. If they were pregnant, the child's not yours. There's a paternity issue here. Godfather, the generous. Fertility and fruitfulness assures peace between married couples. So maybe if there is a child involved, and it is your child, or your soon-to-be's child, you'll have come to some sort of agreement. You'll be there for the children. You'll support the child or children, obviously. But this person cannot come back into your world. This could be a wife card too, okay? Three's a crowd. So just know that, okay? And I think this person knows that there's no place for exes in a relationship, in a good, solid relationship. There is no place. Yeah, if you're co-parenting with an ex, that's fine. But for them to come into your business, to get in between you and your relationship, to hang out with one another, to, call and text and talk personal things, I think that is wrong. It's so much easier to fall back into bed with an ex. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just, you're asking for trouble. You don't have to listen to me. That's just my opinion. I've had to encounter exes in the past, with relationships where they were just too friendly. Their inside jokes where I wasn't included. You know what I mean? But it's my partner. It's affecting my life. I mean, my first husband was going to school for nursing at a distance. We were living up north, and he was tired of driving back and forth all the time. So he left me at home with the kids, his and his first wife's kids, while he went and stayed with his first wife during the week and came home on the weekends. And I had a problem with that, and he thought I was crazy. Just to give you an example. How are we ending this, please? So I can't pronounce this. Semimis, I don't know. So education is a powerful weapon in the right hands. How could you use what you know to accomplish your goals? So you've learned a lot. You both learned a lot. Going forward, you know you're not going back, right? You know what you don't want anymore. Vapula, focus your efforts on arts and crafts. What do you enjoy creating with your hands? So yeah, this is your time to create. Create a new life. It's exciting, right? Without the past holding you back. So I can't pronounce this. Is there someone you've been quarreling with? It is time to let go and move on. There's no more back and forth, okay? You're not going anywhere with these people. Let it all go. Phoenix is rising. This is the moment for rebirth. Do not be bound by your past. Find yourself in the future. The future is where it's at. So, you know, it keeps going on and on about it. But keep looking forward, one foot in front of the other. And eventually this is what's waiting for you, or it's around the corner, or it's already here, okay? Pardon me. Confirmation bird. Akaya. Keep your head down and try to be both serene and busy. Allow your eyes to be opened. So do that soul work. Tie up loose ends. Do the healing. Keep your head down. Work on you. Work on whatever it is that you do at life. Just keep yourself busy, so you don't think about it, so you don't brood on it, and therefore bring down your vibes. Keep those vibes up, because something beautiful is coming towards you. Omael, have patience. Today your focuses should be production and creation. Yet again, it's in keeping. And Elamia, today's a day of discovery. Look out for something new to learn. So I always make it a point. I always want to learn something new every day. It doesn't matter how big or small, how stupid or how educational it is. Learn something new every day. And Berith, a promotion or advancement will bring wealth. Reconsider your previous choices. What appeared worthless is actually gold. I think this is your exes. You and or your new person's, they're looking back going, oh my God, they were the golden ticket all along. So you're raising in life, and they're looking back. They want to reconsider this. Yeah, I don't think so. Behuel, have a sense of humility. Don't be too proud so you can find peace against troubles. So they're going to have to, yeah, come and humble themselves. This is humbling for somebody that had a huge ego and thought they could control you and live the life they wanted, their way or the highway, without any thoughts for your feelings, for your future and how you felt, or your health, or your money, or your stability. Sorry about the background noise. Anyhow, I hope you like to read. Congratulations, and until next time, take care.